This is the extremely sad case of the murder of Cynthia Hoffman. Alright, so let's get right to it. I'm going to give you some background on Cynthia. Her nickname was Cece, by the way. She was born in 1999 in Anchorage, Alaska. She had 4 sisters and 2 brothers, and they were a very tight-knit family. It was said that Cynthia always put her all into everything that she was doing. Even though things didn't come easily to her, especially when it came to academics, she put her head into it and she graduated from high school. Now you see, she had a developmental disability that left her intellectually operating at the level of a 7th grader or 12-year-old, according to her father. Now, after she graduated from high school, she went to work with her father. He owned a handyman business. And once again, she put her all into her job, working for him. She always said that she was, quote, Daddy's right-hand man. And her father said of her, quote, she learned the trade. She went from not knowing how to do things to kicking it. She was better than half the workers I'd hire out on the road. She would do anything to make me happy. But her father explained that she was extremely vulnerable and trusted people that really didn't deserve to be trusted. She just wanted to make other people happy and be liked. Now, moving to the date of the crime. Cynthia was 19 years old, and it was June 2nd of 2019. She told her father that she was going out with friends, and off she went. He assumed she was going out to do regular teenage type stuff, going to the mall or going to the movies or something like that. But later that evening, she didn't return home, and he couldn't reach her, and that was very out of the norm. Everyone knew that they kept in touch with Dad no matter what. He was like the center of the family, and the fact that she hadn't returned his calls was very alarming. So by 11:30 that night, he was extremely worried, and he went to the police to report her missing, and they began to search for Cynthia. Now, the father, whose name was Timothy, he also started his own search. He said that while he was out in the woods looking for Cynthia, he received a call from her best friend, Denali Bremer. She had been the last person to be left with Cynthia that afternoon. Cynthia and Denali had met in high school and supposedly had been inseparable ever since then, and Denali was currently 18 years old at that time. And she went by a few different names. Most people called her Angel, but we'll probably just call her Denali. So anyway, she was texting him saying, quote, I hope she's alright. I hope nothing's happened to her. Sadly, on June 4th, which was 2 days after she went missing, Cynthia's body was found in a creek near Thunderbird Falls in Eagle River, which is on the outskirts of Anchorage. Her hands and feet were bound with duct tape, and there was duct tape around her head and around her mouth. She had been shot fatally in the head. Now, 2 days after discovering her body, she believed it. Would you believe it? Well, she believed it, okay. So she spent the next few weeks trying to figure out a plan. She discussed it with Tyler for a bit, and then she started discussing it with her friends who always hung out, skipped school, and smoked marijuana. So these were some friends that were mostly younger than her. And she found some willing accomplices. First, there was a 16-year-old boy named Caden McIntosh. He was homeless at the time, and she promised him $500,000 to be the gunman. She would give him the gun. He said, okay, I'm in. Next up, she spoke to Caden Leland. Now, he was 19. She just wanted to use his truck for the crime, and he was going to get $500,000 also, so yeah, sure, count him in. And then there were two other underage teenagers who were in on this, but we will never, or at this point even, we don't know who they are. Their identities and their involvement has not been discussed publicly anywhere. But there were two other kids somehow involved in this whole thing. So, they all decided that it would be Cynthia Hoffman. She would be the victim. And they chose the date, June 2nd. So, her very, very, very best friend, who she had been inseparable from since high school, that is who she has chosen to murder. Okay. Now, as it turns out, this Tyler, the rich 21-year-old from Kansas, who was going to give her $9 million, well, he was a catfish. Yep. He was lying. Okay. It's not really that surprising. But anyway, he was 21, but his name was Darren Schillmiller. He was from Indiana. He had no money. He lived in his parents' basement. And he was known around town as a creep. It was said that after high school had ended, some of his classmates had had children of their own, and he had asked them to send him photos or videos of the babies being changed. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, so that is who he really was. He didn't have any money to send her. It was all a big lie. And she had committed a murder because of a lie. Now, allegedly, what had happened was on June 2nd, Denali and Caden had gone to pick up Cynthia from her house. They told her they were going to go down by the river and take photos of each other with duct tape, and it was going to be fun. So they headed on down there, and once they started duct taping her, she at some point came to realize that they weren't doing this as a fun game, but that there was something bad going on, and she started screaming and threatening that she was going to tell the police. And they went ahead anyway, continued with the duct taping, and Caden shot her in the head and then pushed her into the river. And then they went ahead and burned whatever belongings that she had brought along with her to try to, cover up the evidence. Now, during this whole situation, Denali was taking videos and sending them to Tyler, aka Darren. And after all that was said and done, Denali actually texted Cynthia's father and told him that she had dropped Cynthia off at Polar Bear Park. The police got a search warrant that she sent to Tyler. Now, she had no idea still that Tyler was actually Darren, so the police told her, guess what? This guy is a total fake. He's a catfish. He tricked you. So she went ahead and told them that basically this guy had offered her money to commit this murder. He also wanted her to sexually assault Cynthia, which evidence did not show that she actually did that. And in addition, she told the police that he had also asked her to sexually assault 2 children. And she said she had done it, and sent videos to him. One of the children was either 8 or 9, and the other was 15. Now, they only found evidence on her phone of the 15-year-old, even though she was saying that there was also a younger child, but they didn't find evidence of that. At this point, Denali Bremer, at 18 years old, was arrested. She was charged with the murder, amongst other charges. And the police also arrested Caden McIntosh, age 16, Caleb Leland, age 19, and the 2 other underaged individuals. They were also all arrested at this point. Caden ultimately confessed to having shot her in the head, and all of these individuals, including Darren, were charged with murder. Darren and Denali were also facing charges based on the child PORN that was found, and those are federal charges. The full charges for Denali were as follows. She was charged with conspiracy to commit murder in the first degree, solicitation to commit murder in the first degree, 2 different theories of murder in the second degree, and tampering with evidence. Now, recently, it was February of 2023, Denali has accepted a plea deal. She has pled guilty to first-degree murder in exchange for getting rid of all of the other charges that she was facing. She will be sentenced in August, but she can get anywhere from 30 to 99 years in prison. The rest of the people involved in the crime are still awaiting trial, and we still don't know what became of the 2 underage people. Darren has pled not guilty, and that is the case. What do you think? I will tell you some of my thoughts. First of all, my heart goes out to Cynthia Hoffman, who lost her life at the young age of 19 at the hands of friends. She trusted people that she thought she was going out to have a fun afternoon, and this is what they did to her. My heart also goes out to her family and her friends. It is truly horrifying what went on here. Now, what can I say about the criminals here? Which one is the worst of them? Does it matter? I mean, it really doesn't. They're all terrible. Every single one of them did a horrible thing. Okay, I mean, so one guy supposedly just gave his truck. So what? Okay. You knew that this disgusting murder was going to take place, and you gave your truck so that they could do this murder. Yeah, he better get some time for that. While that's, I guess, not as bad as pulling the trigger, he could have prevented this. But instead, he wanted the money. Greed. Look what greed does to people. I really can't say anything about the 2 kids money in the world, because you know why? How would I ever live with myself after that? You know, my life would be of no value if I had done that. Plus, if that was actually my best friend, I would want my best friend to be around throughout the rest of my life. I wouldn't want them dead. But clearly these kind of thoughts did not enter the mind of Denali. Now, what about this guy, Darren, aka Tyler? Do you think he really thought that she would do it? Because, like I said, he has pled not guilty. And although I don't know really what his lawyer has in mind, I would imagine that they're gonna say something like he was joking. You know, he didn't mean it. He didn't think she would do it. At least for that murder charge, you know. Yeah, he asked her to do some disgusting things. Absolutely vile. And she did it. She did these things. But he could still say he didn't know she was gonna do it. He was joking, he was joking, he was joking. And then she went ahead and did whatever he said. I mean, I